First of all, you feeling all right?
Yeah, feeling good. Feeling good.
All right, you guys got you got a taste of a really big road environment, obviously, a couple of times now, Utah State, but just last week at Boise State, about to hit another one. How do you guys prepare for, I guess, a game that's pretty big for them, pretty big for you too, but like with that environment as well?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is just keeping everybody confident. It is just another, we just have 2 losses in conference, and, we're going to try to keep going. Just looking forward to the next game and just keep preparing the same way we have for every other game. For sure.
You guys got them the first go round. I know it was 14 points, but it was a pretty one-sided game throughout. How much do you look, when it was more than a month ago now, how much do you look at that first film and try and kind of base what you guys are doing this go around on that film?
Honestly, we just need to play hard. I think the first go around, we played really, really hard. We just ultimately dominated them, and that's what we need to do again on the boards as well.
And then Boise State obviously shot lights out. You guys, final score is 8 points, but it was kind of one-sided, especially that second half. Was it defensively something you guys were lacking, or was it just a whole night of them hitting a lot of shots, or were you guys lacking defensively?
They were kind of hitting. They were definitely hitting a lot of shots. I think that defensively we had to be better. We were fouling a lot. I think positioning was really bad in a lot of plays, and I think overall we just didn't have that same oomph that we needed to beat those guys like we did the first time around.
CJ, you hadn't tasted a loss in over a month. And winning's fun. How was the loss handled in the locker room amongst you guys?
We didn't take it too bad. Honestly, we wanted to come out and we knew what we did wrong. Like I said, we were fouling a lot, not in the right position on a lot of plays. We knew what we needed to do. We're just ready for the next road game. Honestly, we're ready to get back out there and play.
This game particularly, there's a lot of defense in this league, but this team particularly pressures you at probably the whole court. Is it different when you look at tape and when you play San Diego State as far as being a guard, a guy who's going to handle the ball, a guy who's got to get open? Is it different preparing for this team and playing this team than anybody else in this league?
More so, yes, they have really good guards. Other teams have really good guards as well, but they, like you said, they do pressure a lot. I think the preparation that Coach Pitino has us doing a lot of the get open drills and a lot of, just being strong with the ball because they like to foul as well. I think those things are going to play a key factor as well, for sure.
You had a rough couple of weeks. You had the concussion. Sure. Then you got sick, and then you guys suffer a loss. And now you have a bye week. You're a veteran player. You've been around for a while. How do you personally get through something like that? And then how do you pass that lesson along to a team that has to deal with it too? Yeah, man. It's a long season. A lot of things happen. I think the biggest thing is just staying grounded in the gym, not getting too far away from the gym and, keeping everybody confident. I talk a lot about confidence because I try to instill that in a lot of people, and Coach Pitino does as well. So I think the biggest thing is just staying in the gym and being confident around this time. And, with me personally, I would just say getting a lot of rest. I got a lot of rest these past few days. So for everybody really too. And coming off loss, and then Utah State is within a half game of you guys in the standings. I know you guys are still in a pretty good spot, but is there a feeling going into this game tomorrow night that maybe it's a must-win for you?
Oh, yeah. We think every game is a must-win game for us. It's a competitive league, and we want to win every game. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what you're in the locker room. I know you've gotten over your sickness.
For sure.
And you could see it a little bit. You were a little bit slower than when you were sick.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
pretty obvious. But when you guys are well rested, what's the feeling like? You're going to take the best shot from every team because they're fighting for postseason play. And what do you do to go in there and keep the eye of the tiger and get the win?
Yeah, confidence is the biggest thing, I would just say. We have to go out there and play hard with confidence. I think when we do that, we beat teams. You've seen it here by 10-plus points, and that's another thing that we want to do on the road is beat them by another 10-plus point win, so for sure.
CJ, playing in a hostile road environment like Viejas over at San Diego State, you guys got experience with that playing at Utah State. This will be your first trip to Viejas. How do you prepare for that?
Honestly, just like every other game, watching their clips, watching what they do, really, really well. And, ultimately feeling comfortable before the game about, mentally what I have to do to prepare. And then physically it's just going out there and playing hard. That's always the first step. So,
what are you guys missing if Stoff doesn't play?
I think points, and I think rebounding. And like in the first game, Stoff brought a lot of toughness. So I think that toughness factor as well in the forward position, I would say.
You talked about their guard play. Miles Bird, I think he's the one that kind of gets the most notoriety. But you talk about B.J. Davis
sure.
and Nick Boyd, transfer from Florida Atlantic. How do you prepare for that kind of three-headed monster?
Yeah, they're really good guards. I mean, they all, I know Nick Boyd has pretty good experience, and Bird's pretty good as well. And last game San Diego lost, but they played pretty well. So I mean, they'll have a lot of umph coming in this game at home, and I think that three-headed monster, they'll be all right. But we just have to play hard against them, honestly, like we did the first game. That's honestly what we have to do: stay in front of the ball and defend without fouling.
CJ, if Mustafa doesn't play, just the rotation, what it does for you, minutes wise, you're playing probably in different spots, different dudes are in there, different combinations. I understand what you're missing without him there, but what does that mean everybody else has to do differently?
Yeah, I think everybody has to step up with their intensity, with their level of just confidence. Honestly, I mean, I talk a lot about confidence and playing hard because that's honestly what it is. I mean, this is especially in this game. This is going to be who's playing harder and who's have the most confidence for sure.
CJ, basketball, a game of runs against Boise State in the second half. They won on an 18-2 run. You guys are going to be on the road again. If you guys face something like that, what's going to be key to turn it around?
Staying together. I think that's the biggest thing, is staying together. Like I said, it's a long season, and there'll be more games like this, or games like we had before. So, I mean, just staying together in these moments and knowing that we'll win.